Hi, everybody. This is Darian Wigfall, Director of Operations for FarFetched, here with Scrub. Say what's up, sir.
Darian, thank you, sir.
Yeah, man. Thank you for being on the show today or the artist talk that we're doing. I'm just doing these talks during COVID-19, kind of getting people's reactions to what's going on and tell people about what you do and a few other things. So, yeah, just kind of tell us what your initial reaction was with the self-quarantine, kind of shelter-in-place stuff and COVID-19 and all that.
I've been home in the crib since March 13th, I guess.
Okay.
Kind of the day the headlines officially broke here, and the writing was on the wall. Funny enough, myself included, a lot of my artist friends aren't maybe taking this as hard as other people are because we are at least for the first month we're happy to hole up and work on stuff and avoid social contact, but that might be starting to wear thin a little bit. But it's one of those major perspective shifters too. It kind of helps you refocus everything and remember that even your art isn't that damn important. So, survival first, taking care of mental health, and then also remembering that, as an artist, we can play a role in doing that for others here as this thing keeps moving on too. So trying to figure out how to do that exactly how I'm going to do it tactfully and still keep the lights on.
Yeah, I feel that. I see you're outside. Are you able to get outside much these days? Are you traveling?
Yeah, I live down in South St. Louis, and got pretty quiet for urban living. Taking a lot of walks and a lot of bike rides, and I've got a tiny little classic city backyard, about 10 by 10, and sitting that as much as I can. To the Ozarks this past weekend and got myself a little mental recharge, but no, I haven't been grocery shopping or haven't seen anyone or done anything aside from that. I'm doing my part on that stuff and see what shakes out in the next month or so.
Social distancing.
Yeah. I'm a little nervous now that everything's back open. I mean, it's not a good idea.
Yeah.
I'm not even going to pretend like there's an argument there. There's not. It's just stupid, but that's where we're at.
Yeah. So yeah, kind of tell people, I know you from FarFetched and things like that, but kind of tell people about Scrub and like anything else that's in your musical history and your background.
Well, I've been writing and recording for, I guess, a little over a decade. Well, yeah, certainly, because I guess FarFetched is coming up on a decade.
Yep.
Been down with that crew since day one. Still good friends with everybody in there, and grateful to be involved with that. I've been working a lot more with other artists on their records than I ever have in the previous past. I've been finding a lot of joy in doing that lately. Still making a bunch of new stuff. I'm actually slapping together an album of my own at the moment. Probably maybe looking at like a summer release. Did a few songs here in quarantine, some quarantine collaborations, including this super fly joint called Quarantine and Chill with my man Rick Wagner that you can look out for really soon.
Okay.
And whenever we figure out what the next step is, I'm gonna continue to be as much involved as St. Louis music and art as I always can. That's kind of my ultimate life goal, is to help raise the value and appreciation of art and music here in this city, which is so rich with both of those.
For real. Yeah, you do a lot of things behind the scenes that probably nobody even knows. I know you've worked with Gaslight and you're doing things with licensing and like helping people put on festivals and like everything, man. So I really appreciate the contributions that you're.
You know that because I usually see you at all those things doing the same things.
This is true. I'm also there a lot of the time. But yeah, it's great. I'm having a lot of fun. I'm looking forward to when these things start to slow down and the pandemic does slow down, when we can
For sure.
Getting
I
back
just
to
read a
those.
study of happiness recently. It's actually in this book I'm reading called The Nature Fix, which I can recommend. It's
Okay.
pretty interesting.
Okay.
The science, the actual physical effects that nature has on our body,
Mm.
and how disconnected we are in a modern society. But
Yeah.
long story short, one of the things that really is like a common thread amongst people that report high levels of happiness
Mm-hmm.
is doing something that they consider to be larger than themselves. And I
Mm.
think doing art a lot of times can be draining because it's sort of so egotistical by nature, even though most artists don't really intend it to be so. But when you try and
Yeah.
take it to market, it has to be. And that's a
Right.
big conflict for a lot of them. They don't know how to market themselves or how to brag about
Mm.
their own stuff. But they can
Mm.
do that a lot easier for somebody else. And so
Yeah.
I encourage all artists to extend a hand when they think they can for something they think is dope.
Mm. That's real. So is there anything that you've been really missing from life since you've been having to stay at home?
Um, just people in general, like people
Yeah.
watching is hands down my favorite pastime. Seeing what
Yeah.
people are wearing, what they're rocking to.
Mm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm not really missing performing yet and going
Yeah.
out, so to speak, but I would like to just get back and remember how crazy people are. I haven't seen that many of them in a while.
Yeah.
Uh, but aside from that, no, I'm not worried too much worrying about what I'm missing yet. I'm just
Mm-hmm.
more worried about where we might be headed,
Yeah.
what
I
we can
feel
do
that.
to help. It's gonna be a mess.
Yeah. Yeah. We were having a conversation this morning on a different call, and we were talking about how the future that's reflected in like Blade Runner and some other films where it's like, yeah, it's the future, but it's still rough and tumble and it's dirty and it's ugly. And I just feel like we're gonna go through that where it's just
There's
gonna be
little
kind of like,
glimpses of it every day, and it's so
yeah,
surreal and weird when you go past the playground and it's taped off with caution tape, and you
yeah,
hear the loudspeaker at the store that says, "Remember to stay 6 feet away." It just feels like a science fiction movie,
right, like
and
post-apocalyptic.
yeah, and then not to mention, when you turn on the news and see that once again, even on something seemingly so black and white, it's become something that no people don't agree on. There's two sides to this thing, so I
Yeah,
don't know how that happened, but
facts don't matter anymore. That's how
I
that
think uh, I think 100 years of defunding education sure as shit had something to do with it.
happened. Also, that it's by design for sure.
And people can't read; they have very little reading comprehension skills and no respect for sciences. You kind of
Yeah,
get what you get after that.
yeah. So yeah, everybody listens to
I
talking
think I'm
heads
taking
on
this
a
interview
box.
to a really dark corner here.
It's all good.
Should we talk about something happier?
We're gonna flip that around a little bit and say, yeah, what are some of the things that you're doing to keep your spirit alive and just like stay sane these days?
Oh well, I'm glad you brought that up because I'm gonna have to call you as soon as this is over and get you to walk me through my Serato because I just bought a brand new mixer
All right.
and I got my 1200s out of storage and got it all hooked
Okay.
up. So I've messed around with DJing for a long time. It's just more of a hobby than anything for me, but
Hmm.
that's one thing that is gonna be fun getting my record collection back out and playing with that stuff.
Yeah.
And of course, I'm writing and recording still. And
Okay.
I
Nice.
painted an old pair of sneakers yesterday.
Okay.
I'm working. I'm working on my art car still. I have a car in my garage. It's an old Cavalier that I collaged the whole thing and added a bunch of musical instruments to. And eventually, it's
Oh,
going to be an education car. It's supposed to be a mobile recording studio that we can take to schools and stuff. All
that's
interactive,
dope.
but it's super crazy looking. Yeah. So that's little. I got two little kids, of course, and a wife. That all keeps me plenty busy.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, when the stay-at-home orders are are over and things like that, is there any one particular place you're thinking about you want to go, like restaurant, music venue,
Uh,
studio? But you got a studio in your place too, though.
Definitely get some. I'm gonna go down to Cherokee Street and get tacos at every place that's open,
Yeah,
and then I'm gonna go hit a night chaser.
there we
Anybody's
go.
familiar with the monthly disco parties here? Night chaser.
Man,
I'd probably go do one of those. And I'd like to go
nice.
check off Fresh Produce when they're back up in business.
Yeah.
The beat battle on once a month on Wednesdays. We were
Hmm.
supposed to be doing. Oh, I guess that would have just been a couple weeks ago. We were going to be doing some. They were doing another melee event for Fresh Produce. We were going to be
Yeah.
doing some songs there. So looking forward to getting back with my team, and you know, I feel like it's a good chance to reinvent whatever I come out doing next. It won't be what I was doing whenever this stopped. I don't think I'm
Yeah.
going to just keep practicing up the last set. I mean, I barely do that as it is. So
Right.
uh, I'm thinking about some new stuff I'm going to come out with.
Okay. Have you been doing anything with live stream online, or just like
I haven't
what have
yet.
you?
I built a set in my basement.
Okay.
I was thinking one of the things that has been kind of missing with the live stream is, of
Hmm.
course, audience. Nobody has an audience. There's no humans to give that vibe. And a lot of times, even the space on somebody's stream feels so vacant. So
Yeah.
I'm fortunate enough to own a couple dozen cosmetology heads with the real hair and stuff.
Nice.
So I've dressed them all up with glasses and jewelry, and I've built them into a little altar where I'm gonna sit in the middle. And
Okay.
I'm still working on some lighting and stuff. But yeah, just trust that when I do live stream, it's gonna be lit.
That's tight. Yeah, let me know. We'll come do some support. I'll just sit behind the camera if you need me.
Yeah, I'm trying to get an event going. I talked to my DJ Chili C last night, and I
Okay.
might have him convinced to come through the basement with a mask on and perform with me. So
Nice.
try to do a little social distancing concert.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah, no, honestly, I think this isn't gonna go away anytime soon. So
Yeah.
still just waiting to see what's gonna happen in the near term, but ultimately we're gonna have to figure out ways to safely get back out a little bit and
Hmm.
still, at least get to studios and
Yeah.
try and figure out how to keep things moving. So that's kind of what's on my mind a lot right at the moment. As you mentioned, doing a lot of licensing
Hmm. Hmm.
submissions right now.
Hmm.
Just got one last night that I won't speak too much on yet, but it's a local artist for a commercial, and what he
Okay.
sent me was just so incredible
Yeah.
that it just another nod of confidence for what this city has and how much potential some people have if they get a little opportunity.
That's what
So I
I'm
was real
talking
excited
about.
about that.
Awesome. So
Just
yeah,
trying to stay sane, man.
I feel that. And you spoke to this a little bit earlier, but can you talk about what you think will happen after all this is over? Do you think anything positive will come out of it?
We can only hope, that's probably
Yeah.
too much to speculate, but I think that for sure it does shift a lot of people's perspectives. It won't shift everyone's, but
Yeah.
certainly the system that we had going wasn't sustainable. It's hard for anybody to argue that it was
Right.
when 1 week of missed paychecks and everybody's screwed, including big companies are
Right.
claiming that they don't have any money. Well,
Right.
then that sounds like maxed out to me. So
Hmm. Mm.
hopefully humanity can rethink that, and
Yeah.
be nice to see us realize that if everything's going to change, then maybe the world can officially tackle climate change appropriately, and that could be the way that we could restart our economy.
Oh yeah, man, that's a great idea. I've been talking about
Be
that for
the
years.
green
So
leader of the world,
yeah, for real. If the
which
United
is all.
States took over,
Yeah,
yeah, man, that would be incredible. That would be incredible.
fingers crossed. But right now, markets rallying. How can a
Yeah,
market rally in the middle of a global pandemic? Explain that shit to me.
right.
unless it's not real.
Ridiculous. Yeah, right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I have some stocks, but I don't know. I don't trust too much in
I mean, yeah, I'll play the game if
the
as long as
people
it exists,
talking
but
about it.
I won't shed a tear if it all crashes.
Right. For real. So yeah, man. I appreciate you taking some time to come in and speak to us today. Can you tell folks where to find your music and anything else you want to plug?
Yeah, scrubbingace.com will get you to most of our music and videos, and on Bandcamp, um, Bandcamp/Scrub, you will find. I just dropped my remix of Billie Eilish's "Bad Guy." It's called "Bad Dad." If anybody
Okay.
wants to peep that, it's a it's a little party jam for you. I'm gonna be dropping the video for that. Is already filmed. It's getting finished up. I have another
Nice.
video coming out, filmed by my homeboy T Gray.
Oh,
That we
sounds too
filmed at
good.
a skating rink. That's coming out in a couple weeks.
Okay.
I feel like there's a few more things in the can, so I've
Okay.
actually got a lot of content to release while we sit and see what happens next. So
Yeah.
I feel fortunate,
Where it
I
takes you.
guess.
That's
Oh,
super
and I
dope.
want to plug a video that I was just helped um, play a little part in
Okay.
for my homies, Mammoth Piano. They're dropping a single, and the
Yeah,
video is going to be crazy. I think that's coming out in like 2 weeks, so that'll be something that we'll be spreading around quite a bit too.
for sure. For sure. Yeah, everybody out there, go and check out Scrub and Ace High. There's a number of different dope videos, and Scrub puts a lot of thought into his music. So there's something there for everybody. But even if it's funny, if you like it because it's funny, but there's a level of like cleverness with the lyrics and the music. Man, the production is so great. Ace High. If you don't know who that is, go
Shout
look
out
him
to
up.
Ace for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, shout out to Alexis Tucci with the Night Chaser. Shout out to the
Dooch,
Brothers crew.
Lewis.
Man. So
All my
thank
neighbors are coming out now. Everybody's going out and walking. It's such a beautiful day. It's exciting. There's like movement.
yeah, people are like, can we
The
come out?
zombies are out.
Okay. Well, yeah, thanks again, man, for joining us. I appreciate you taking some time and yeah, enjoy that weather. Everybody go check out the music.
Anything
Yeah,
for
look
you,
for those
D,
videos.
anytime.
For sure, Scrub. I appreciate it, man. Peace to
Yeah,
everybody out
I'll
there.
leave everybody with, I want to leave everybody with just like, don't freak out. Go listen to something dope.
There you go. There you go. And with that, if you want to find out more about FarFetched, you can always go to wearefarfetched.net or check out at wearefarfetched and pretty much all the social medias. Peace, y'all.
Definitely.
Until next time.